The Houthi militia threatened to launch an open war if efforts to revive the truce failed. Those statements made by the rebels' military spokesperson Yahya Sarya today, according to observers such as a Houthi rhetoric can undermine regional and international peace efforts. This report has more details.
The Houthi militia slammed the ambassadors of Britain, France, and the US to Yemen, following a statement in which they criticized the group's intransigence and hinted at isolating it internationally should it choose military escalation. Presently, fears are mounting of a return to field attacks based on the group's movements, especially towards the fronts of Taiz. The president of Yemen's Leadership Council, Rashad Al-Alimi, acknowledged that despite regional and international efforts, no progress has been made. He blamed the Houthi group for the failure of efforts to extend the truce, saying it was creating instability. The Houthi attack on the three ambassadors came in statements issued by the group's Supreme Economic Committee in Sana'a. The committee's statement claimed that America, Britain, and France were spreading false narratives to cover up their hostile actions. The statement added that these countries are spearheading the war against the Houthis and are working openly to prevent any efforts to disburse unpaid salaries. The group justified its terrorist attacks on oil ports in Hadramaut and Chabwa, claiming they were preventing the plundering of sovereign wealth. The government is now facing a sharp decline in economic conditions due to the cessation of crude exports for about 9 months. The three ambassadors had acknowledged in the statement that they were aware of the complex and important issue of public salaries, stressing that there is no military solution to the conflict and that now is the time to start talks toward a political process. In their statement, the ambassadors called on the Houthis to completely abandon any military option. They hinted that any return to conflict will lead to the group's complete isolation by the international community. The ambassadors added that restrictions on the movement of women, especially workers in the humanitarian and development field, in Houthi-controlled areas must be lifted. The ambassadors affirmed their country's commitment to a comprehensive political solution to the conflict in Yemen, their full support for the UN Special Envoy, the Yemeni government, and support for efforts aimed at holding Yemeni talks under the auspices of the UN and a comprehensive ceasefire.